Get ready, folks. It's time for 50 Stoic rules for life. Because, let's be honest, 49 felt incomplete, and 51 is just extra baggage. Welcome to Stoic Path, where ancient wisdom meets today's chaos. We blend philosophy with a dash of sarcasm and a sprinkle of humor. Stoicism isn't about staring blankly at the wall, pretending you've got it all figured out. It's about living wisely, keeping calm amid the chaos, and not losing it when your Wi-Fi decides to play hide and seek. So, buckle up for 50 Stoic rules that'll help you navigate life like a pro, calm, collected, and totally effective. Rule 1. Control what you can. Ignore the rest. So, your flight's delayed. Your boss is a nightmare. Your dog prefers chewing your sneakers over his chew toy. Can you control any of this? Nope. So why stress? Instead, focus on what you can control. Turn that delay into an opportunity to catch up on a good book. Smile and nod at your boss's rants, then use your free time to polish up your resume. And as for the dog, invest in some new, chew-resistant sneakers and laugh it off. In life, you'll face plenty of things beyond your control. Don't waste your energy on them. Channel your efforts into what you can influence and watch your stress levels plummet. Rule 2. Emotions are guests. Don't let them move in. Picture this. Anger shows up at your door like an uninvited guest, barging in with muddy shoes and all. You let it in, acknowledge it's there, maybe even offer a cup of tea. But remember, it's a guest, not a permanent resident. So don't hand over the Wi-Fi password or let it settle into your favorite chair. When emotions like anger crash your party, treat them like any other guests. They can visit, but they don't get to overstay their welcome. Kick them out before they start rearranging your furniture. Keep your emotional house in order. Rule 3. Memento mori. Remember, you're gonna die. Let's be real. One day we'll all be as extinct as blockbuster rental stores and those Tamagotchis you forgot to feed. Sure, it sounds a bit grim, but it's the ultimate reminder to seize the day. Instead of spending hours scrolling through cat videos or binge-watching the latest show, think about what truly matters to you. Use that awareness to fuel your ambitions, chase your dreams, and make your time count. So, whether it's starting that YouTube project, calling an old friend, or finally learning how to juggle, go for it. Life's too short to waste on the meaningless. Get out there and do something that makes you proud. Rule 4. You are not your thoughts. Your brain is like that friend who randomly suggests you should dye your hair neon green at 3 a.m. You're just scrolling through your feed when, out of nowhere, you think, what if I just jumped into that fountain? Cue your brain imagining a dramatic splash and you soaking wet. Or, you're at a quiet library and your brain goes, what if I just started singing at the top of my lungs right now? Classic brain shenanigans. These weird thoughts are like the wild background noise in your mind's movie. You don't have to act on every bizarre idea. Acknowledge it, chuckle at the absurdity, and move on. You are not your thoughts. You're the one choosing which thoughts to follow. Rule 5. Complaining solves nothing. If whining worked, the ancient Romans would have had Yelp. Instead, they built aqueducts. Be like them. Solve problems instead of yapping about them. So next time you're tempted to gripe about your Wi-Fi acting up, channel your inner Roman engineer. Fix the problem or find a solution rather than just airing grievances. Whether it's unclogging that drain or dealing with a pesky coworker, be like the Romans. Solve the issue instead of whining about it. Rule 6. Seek discomfort. A cold shower, a tough conversation, trying kale. And let's face it, yoga pants aren't for everyone. But hey, Discomfort builds resilience. Stop dodging it. Discomfort might feel awkward in the moment, but it's life's way of giving you hilarious stories and a thicker skin. Embrace the cringe, laugh it off, and remember, it's all part of the growth process. Rule 7. Stop seeking approval. Would Marcus Aurelius have posted a selfie just for validation? Picture him standing in front of the Colosseum, striking a pose with his best emperor pout. Of course not. The guy was too busy writing profound philosophy and leading an empire. So, next time you find yourself yearning for likes and comments on that carefully staged selfie, channel your inner Marcus. Focus on what truly matters instead of seeking external validation. Remember, even without a social media profile, you can still be legendary. Rule 8. Ego is your worst enemy. Picture this. You're at a party, and you've just been handed a prestigious award for your groundbreaking work in, let's say, competitive potato sack racing. You start recounting your heroic sack-hopping adventures, complete with exaggerated jumps and dramatic sound effects. Suddenly, people are edging away, pretending to be fascinated by the snack table. The moment your success makes you the star of an awkward, never-ending monologue at a party, you've lost. Stay humble, be the one who listens as much as they talk, and remember that ego is like that glitter you can't get rid of. It sticks around and makes a mess of things. Keep it in check and stay relatable. Rule 9. Learn to let go. You lost your favorite coffee mug. You know, the one with the quirky llama that says, "No problema." Well, Stoicism 101. It was never truly yours to begin with. Just think, your coworker has been secretly eyeing that mug for ages, dreaming of sipping their morning brew in llama-themed glory. Instead of lamenting its loss, embrace the idea that nothing is permanent. Letting go is part of life's quirky charm. Today, it's the mug. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe you'll find an even cooler one with a sloth on it that says, "Sloth mode activated." Life's too short to cling to possessions. Learn to let go and make room for new adventures and mugs. Rule 10. The obstacle is the way. Lost your job? Fantastic news! It's the perfect time to dive into that passion project you've been putting off. Maybe it's launching a YouTube channel dedicated to Stoic philosophy. Imagine making videos where you calmly discuss life's challenges while sipping tea in a toga. Every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. Use this setback as the springboard to pursue what you genuinely care about. Start creating content, share your wisdom, and who knows, you might get monetized sooner than you think, turning your passion into a thriving career. Embrace the obstacle and let it guide you towards your true calling. Who needs a 9-to-5 when you can be a modern-day Marcus Aurelius online? Rule 11. Stop overthinking. Paralysis by analysis. The more you think, the more you stress. Make a choice and move on. Now, here's a little disclaimer. This rule is for everyone, but proceed with caution if you decide to share it with your significant other. Remember, some things are best left unsaid, especially when it comes to unsolicited advice. And with that, let's swiftly move on. Rule 12. Be grateful, even for the bad stuff. Bad days make the good days better. Be grateful for your struggles. They're shaping you. So, next time you spill that coffee, just remember, it's not a stain, it's a conversation starter. Miss the bus? Look at it as an opportunity for extra cardio, wearing mismatched socks. Congratulations, you're a trendsetter. Life's little mishaps are what add flavor to our stories and build our resilience. Embrace the quirks, laugh at the stumbles, and remember that every challenge is just a stepping stone to a better version of you. Rule 13. Keep it simple. Life's complicated enough. Don't overcomplicate it with drama, over-explaining, or 10-step skincare routines. Ain't nobody got time for that. Stick to the essentials and let the rest go. Instead of navigating a skincare routine that feels like it needs a PhD, simplify with a basic face wash and moisturizer. When faced with drama, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this really worth my energy? More often than not, the answer is a resounding no. By keeping things simple, you'll find life much more enjoyable and less stressful. Less fuss, more fun. Now that's a rule to live by. Rule 14. Your reputation isn't your problem. People will think what they want. You can't control that. Just live well. Picture this. You're walking down the street wearing your favorite unicorn onesie because, hey, life's too short for boring clothes. Passers-by give you puzzled looks, some might chuckle, and a few might even snap a picture. But guess what? That's their business, not yours. You can't control what others think, so why stress about it? Focus on living your best life, whether it's rocking a unicorn onesie, dancing like no one's watching, or pursuing your wildest dreams. Your reputation is out of your hands. What matters is living authentically and enjoying every moment. Let people think what they want and you just keep being awesome. Rule 15. Adapt or suffer. Traffic sucks. Take a different route, maybe the scenic one with that quirky coffee shop you've always wanted to try. Boss is unfair. Time to polish up that resume and find a new job where your talents are truly appreciated. Adapt or suffer, it's that simple. Life throws curveballs, but how you handle them defines your journey. So, when faced with obstacles, channel your inner chameleon and adapt. Embrace the changes and find new paths, because suffering is optional when you've got adaptability in your toolkit. Rule 16. Read more, scroll less. Less doom scrolling, more book opening. Your brain will thank you. Imagine replacing those endless social media rabbit holes with the immersive world of a good book. Instead of scrolling through yet another meme, dive into a story that takes you on an adventure, teaches you something new, or simply provides a much-needed escape. Your brain will feel refreshed, stimulated, and a lot happier. Plus, there's something undeniably cool about having a stack of books you've actually read. So, put down the phone, pick up a book, and give your brain the nourishment it deserves. Rule 17. Assume everyone is doing their best. Most people aren't evil, they're just struggling. Patient. Imagine you're at the grocery store and someone is blocking the entire aisle with their cart while they study the ingredients on a cereal box like it's a rare artifact. Instead of assuming they're out to ruin your day, take a breath and remember, they're probably just trying to make a healthier choice, one cereal at a time. Next time someone cuts you off in traffic or takes forever at the coffee shop, assume they're doing their best with whatever challenges they're facing. Be patient, smile, and let it slide. After all, we're all just trying to navigate this crazy world together. Rule 18. Prepare for the worst. Hope for the best. Optimism is nice. Preparation is better. Imagine this. You're planning an outdoor picnic, and you're picturing a sunny day with perfect weather, birds singing, and a gentle breeze. But just in case, you pack an umbrella, a raincoat, and a backup indoor activity plan. When the clouds inevitably roll in and it starts to pour, you're the hero who saves the day with an impromptu indoor picnic and a fun game. Optimism is lovely, but being prepared means you can handle whatever life throws your way with a smile. So, hope for the best, but be ready for the unexpected. After all, those who are prepared are the ones who get to enjoy the picnic, rain or shine. Rule 19. Be kind, but not a doormat. Kindness is strength, not weakness. Imagine you're that friend who's always there to help, whether it's lending a hand to move furniture or offering a shoulder to cry on. But here's the kicker. You're not a doormat. Picture this. You're helping a friend move and suddenly they're acting like a drill sergeant, barking orders at you. You pause, look them in the eye and say, "Hey, I'm here to help, not to be your personal pack mule." Or when someone takes advantage of your kindness one too many times, you flash them a smile and say, "I'm happy to help, but if you want this level of service, I might need to start charging an hourly rate." Being kind means you're compassionate and helpful, but it also means setting boundaries. Don't let people treat you like a doormat. Stand up for yourself and show that kindness comes with a side of self-respect. Rule 20. Laugh at yourself. Nobody's perfect. The sooner you accept that, the happier you'll be. Picture this. You're walking into an important meeting, feeling all confident when you trip over absolutely nothing and go sprawling. Instead of dying from embarrassment, you laugh it off and say, "Well, that's one way to make an entrance." Or imagine you're cooking dinner for friends and you somehow manage to set the kitchen on fire with a salad. Yes, it's possible. Instead of panicking, you laugh and say, "Who knew I could be so talented at accidental arson?" Laughing at yourself is the secret ingredient to a happier life. Embrace your quirks, laugh at your mishaps, and remember that perfection is overrated. Life is more fun when you can chuckle at your own follies. Rule 21. Be present. Multitasking is a myth. Focus on what's in front of you and do it well. Picture this. You're trying to watch TV, text a friend, and cook dinner all at the same time. Suddenly, the TV remote ends up in the soup. Your friend receives a message meant for your boss, and dinner is now a charred masterpiece. Instead of juggling a million tasks at once, give your full attention to one thing at a time. Whether it's savoring a cup of coffee, listening to a friend, or tackling a project. Being present means you'll do it well and avoid any unintended soup remotes. Embrace the power of focus. You'll find that life's moments become richer, more enjoyable, and far less chaotic. Rule 22. Don't waste energy on gossip. If it's not your circus, don't worry about the monkeys. Picture this. You're at work and everyone's buzzing about the latest office drama. Someone's email got accidentally sent to the whole company, and now everyone's dissecting every word like it's a top-secret government document. Meanwhile, you've got deadlines looming and projects to complete. Instead of getting sucked into the gossip whirlwind, remember, it's not your circus, and those definitely aren't your monkeys. Save your energy for your own tasks, goals, and ambitions. Focus on what truly matters to you, and let the gossip mill spin without you. By avoiding the gossip trap, you'll find more peace of mind, better productivity, and a whole lot less unnecessary drama in your life. Rule 23. Sleep is sacred. Want to be a modern-day philosopher king? Simple. Get 8 hours of sleep. Picture this. You're channeling your inner Marcus Aurelius, but instead of pondering profound thoughts, you're barely keeping your eyes open because you stayed up too late, binge-watching your favorite show. Not exactly regal, right? Sleep is your secret weapon for conquering the day. Skip the late-night doom-scrolling and tuck yourself in for a good night's rest. Wake up feeling like royalty, ready to tackle challenges with a clear mind and a refreshed spirit. Remember, even the greatest philosophers needed their beauty sleep. Prioritize those precious 8 hours and watch your kingdom, or at least your daily tasks, flourish. Rule 24. Learn to say no. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to something meaningful. Imagine your friend asks you to help them alphabetize their spice rack. Sure, it sounds mildly amusing, but you've got that YouTube project waiting, the one that could be your big break if it gets monetized. Instead of saying yes to sorting oregano and paprika, politely decline and say yes to working on what truly matters to you. Learning to say no isn't about being rude. It's about prioritizing what's important. So next time someone asks you to do something trivial, think twice and protect your time for what genuinely counts. Rule 25. Silence is power. You don't always need to respond. Let your actions speak. Imagine you're in the middle of a heated discussion and you're just bursting to fire back with a witty comeback. Instead, you take a deep breath, smile, and say nothing. Your silence speaks volumes and leaves everyone wondering what profound thoughts are running through your mind. Now, if your wife reminds you of this rule, take it as a gentle nudge to practice the art of silent power. Whether it's in an argument or a mundane situation, sometimes saying less really does mean more. Let your actions do the talking, and watch as silence becomes your superpower. Rule 26. Slow down. You are not Usain Bolt. The fastest way to burn out is sprinting through life. Imagine you're trying to tackle your to-do list like you're in a 100-meter dash, racing from one task to the next, barely catching your breath. Before you know it, you're exhausted, frazzled, and wondering why everything feels like a blur. Take a cue from those leisurely Sunday strolls in the park. Slow down and savor each moment. Life isn't a race, it's a marathon. Pace yourself, take your time, and enjoy the journey. By slowing down, you'll find more joy, less stress, and a whole lot more appreciation for the little things. Remember, even Usain Bolt takes time to chill and enjoy life. So, relax, breathe, and take it easy. Your well-being will thank you. Rule 27. Help others, but set boundaries. It might have been Bruce Lee who said it. You can't pour from an empty cup. Imagine you're trying to help everyone around you. Your friends, family, neighbors, and even that random stranger who looks a bit lost. You're running around like a superhero, but without the cape. Before you know it, you're completely drained, running on fumes. Take a step back and remember, to help others effectively, you need to take care of yourself first. Set those boundaries, recharge your own batteries, and then you'll be able to lend a hand without burning out. It's like being on an airplane when they tell you to put on your own oxygen mask before assisting others. So, help others, but don't forget to refill your own cup first. You'll be a much better superhero with a full tank. Rule 28. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. Entitlement leads to disappointment. Gratitude leads to peace. Imagine you're expecting a grand birthday surprise, balloons, confetti, a marching band, the whole shebang. Instead, you get a simple but heartfelt gift. Instead of feeling let down, channel your inner zen and appreciate the thoughtfulness behind it. Expecting nothing means you're pleasantly surprised by even the smallest gestures. When you embrace gratitude, you'll find joy in the simplest things. A beautiful sunset, a good cup of coffee, or a kind word from a friend. Life becomes a series of delightful moments instead of a list of unmet expectations. So, drop the entitlement and let gratitude bring you peace and happiness. Remember, it's the little things that make life beautiful. Rule 29. Be a lifelong student. The moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop growing. Imagine you're at a trivia night and you confidently declare that you're an expert on every topic. Then a question about obscure 18th century Norwegian cheese-making techniques pops up. Suddenly, you're stumped, and your friends are giving you side-eye. Being a lifelong student means embracing the fact that there's always something new to learn. It keeps you humble, curious, and ever-growing. So, next time you find yourself thinking you've got it all figured out, remember that there's always another cheese-related fact to uncover. Keep learning, stay curious, and enjoy the endless adventure of expanding your knowledge. Rule 30. Talk less, do more. Less, I'm gonna start working out, and more actually working out. Imagine you're sitting on the couch, surrounded by workout gear, and proclaiming to everyone that you're going to start a fitness routine tomorrow. Meanwhile, the gym membership card is collecting dust, and the only thing getting a workout is your TV remote. Instead of talking about your grand plans, channel that energy into actually doing it. Whether it's hitting the gym, going for a run, or even a quick home workout, action always trumps intention. So, put down the remote, lace up those sneakers, and let your actions speak louder than words. Remember, you don't need to broadcast your plans. Just get out there and make it happen. Rule 31. You don't need to win every argument. Picture this. You're in an epic debate over the superiority of chunky versus smooth peanut butter. Suddenly, you realize you're not just defending a snack preference, you're defending your honor. But then it hits you. Is winning this skirmish worth the raised eyebrows and the inevitable declaration of peanut butter snob on your reputation? When all's said and done, some arguments just aren't worth the metaphorical peanut throwing. In the grand scheme of life, being at peace, and possibly eating both types of peanut butter in harmonious ignorance, is the real victory. Besides, cats never listen anyway. They've already won the argument before it even started. Rule 32. Hardships are training. Life's unwelcome boot camp. Picture yourself, blissfully unaware, sipping a latte, when suddenly you're ambushed by a 100-pound weight called challenge. You didn't sign up for this, yet here you are, grunting and sweating through life's unexpected squats and lunges. But just think, every hardship is like that over-enthusiastic personal trainer who pushes you beyond your comfort zone. Sure, you might question their sanity and your own choices during the process, but you emerge stronger, tougher, and more resilient. Adversity is life's way of saying, "You've got this," even when you'd rather just hit the snooze button. So, embrace the burn. Your soul will thank you later. Rule 33. No one owes you anything. Entitlement, the sneaky little gremlin that convinces you the world is your personal concierge service. Spoiler alert, it's not. Imagine going to a restaurant and expecting a 5-star meal, only to be served a plain bowl of cereal. Sure, it's not what you had in mind, but it beats going hungry. When you walk around thinking the universe owes you something, you're setting yourself up for a whole lot of cereal moments. Instead, if you assume you'll get nothing, every unexpected pleasure, a surprise coffee, a kind word, or even an actual 5-star meal, feels like a bonus. So, keep your expectations realistic and your gratitude meter high. It's like living in a constant state of pleasant surprise. After all, every small win is a victory worth celebrating. Rule 34. Be selective with your time. Time is like pizza, deliciously finite and best enjoyed with people who won't steal your toppings. Picture your time as the last slice of a mouth-watering pepperoni pie. Are you really going to hand it over to someone who doesn't appreciate its cheesy, saucy perfection? I think not. So, be picky about who gets a slice of your precious time. Share it with those who truly value you and make every moment count. Because, just like that last slice of pizza, once it's gone, it's gone. Rule 35. Control your reactions. Traffic rage, where everyone becomes a race car driver in a demolition derby. Picture this. Someone cuts you off, and your inner Hulk starts to emerge. But wait, before you go green and smash, remember this. Their reckless driving is their problem. Your reaction is yours. So why turn into a rage monster when you can channel your inner Zen master instead? Think of it as a game. The more chill you stay, the higher your peace score. Take a deep breath, let it go, and laugh it off. like a traffic ninja deflecting negativity with grace and humor. Choose peace and keep your joy intact. Rule 36. Your self-worth isn't tied to productivity. In a world that measures worth by check marks on a to-do list, it's easy to feel like a failure if you're not constantly buzzing with productivity. But imagine telling a sloth it's worthless because it takes its sweet time. Ridiculous, right? Your self-worth isn't some currency that needs constant earning. You're valuable simply because you exist. Taking a break, lounging around, binge-watching your favorite show, it's not a crime, it's self-care. So next time you feel guilty for not being a productivity machine, channel your inner sloth. And remember, rest is essential. Rule 37. The world isn't against you. The classic "why me?" syndrome. Imagine life as a chaotic artist, splashing paint on a canvas. Sometimes the paint lands in beautiful swirls, and other times it's a splatter right on your favorite shirt. It's not personal. Life isn't plotting against you like a movie villain twirling a mustache. Things just happen. So instead of feeling like the universe has a vendetta, roll with the punches. Embrace the randomness and remember, you're strong enough to handle whatever gets thrown your way. Sometimes the messiest splatters turn into the most intriguing art. Rule 38. Don't chase happiness. Cultivate it. The elusive chase for happiness. It's like searching for a unicorn riding a rainbow. Magical, but not the most practical use of your time. Instead, happiness often pops up in the simplest moments, like the sweet relief of your Wi-Fi reconnecting just in time for you to avoid saying, "Can you hear me now?" for the 10th time. Think of happiness as a garden. You don't just plant seeds and expect a lush paradise overnight. It takes patience, care, and noticing the small joys along the way. The first sprout, the fragrance of blooming flowers, the satisfaction of a weed-free patch. Cultivate happiness daily, and before you know it, you'll have your very own enchanted garden of good vibes. Rule 39. Never trust a feeling that comes in the heat of the moment. Oh, the drama of heat of the moment feelings. It's like your emotions throw a wild party, and logic wasn't invited. Anger, jealousy, panic, they crash in like uninvited guests, making a mess of things. But here's the secret. They're not staying forever. Give yourself an hour to cool off, and you'll find that most of these fiery feelings fizzle out. What felt like a crisis suddenly seems as trivial as arguing over which way the toilet paper roll should hang. It's over, by the way. Let those emotions simmer down, and you'll save yourself from making impulsive decisions that you'd probably regret later. Sometimes, time is the best mediator. Rule 40. Measure your success by your growth, not others' opinions. Imagine success as a friendly rivalry with yesterday's you. While others might be sprinting in their own lanes, your race is with the person staring back at you in the mirror. Forget about the opinions of onlookers and focus on your growth. Did you learn something new today? Did you tackle a challenge you once found daunting? Celebrate those wins. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. In the grand marathon of life, it's about the journey and not the comparisons. You're only competing with yourself, so keep pushing to be a better you. Today's progress, no matter how modest, means you're winning. Rule 41. Assume life will be unfair, then proceed anyway. The cold, hard truth. Life isn't fair. It's like a game of Monopoly where some players start with Boardwalk and Park Place, while others are stuck with Baltic Avenue and a fistful of pink $1 bills. Complaining about it, that's like shouting at the dice, satisfying for a moment but utterly pointless. Instead, channel your inner underdog hero. Imagine you're Rocky Balboa facing an uphill battle. Sure, the odds are stacked against you, but that just makes your victory montage even more epic. Get up, dust yourself off, and give life a solid right hook. Action is your secret weapon. Rule 42. Choose your influences wisely. Think of your mind like a sponge. It absorbs whatever it soaks up. Do you want it soaked with enlightening insights or the murky waters of clickbait drama? Imagine social media as a buffet. On one side, you've got a spread of gourmet wisdom dishes prepared by thinkers and visionaries. On the other side, a table piled high with junk food outrage, tasty but utterly devoid of nutritional value. Choose wisely. Fill your plate with nourishing thoughts and inspiring ideas. Skip the empty calorie clickbait. Your mind, much like your body, thrives on quality sustenance. Bon appetit. Rule 43. You're stronger than you think. The classic "I'm a warrior" realization. Think back to those moments you thought, "This is it, I'm done for." Yet here you are, still kicking. It's like starring in your own action movie. You've dodged the metaphorical bullets, survived the explosions, and emerged with a heroic glow, and maybe a few stylish battle scars. Remember that time your favorite TV show got canceled on a cliffhanger? You survived that emotional turmoil. Lost a crucial email to the abyss of the internet? You bounced back. If you can get through those catastrophes, you can handle anything. Next storm that rolls in, just remember, you've got the resilience of a rubber band. Rule 44. Don't take yourself too seriously. The golden rule of living a happier life. Imagine life as an absurd, never-ending comedy show where you're both the star and the audience. Sometimes you nail the punchline, and other times you trip over your own shoelaces on stage. Either way, it's all part of the act. Instead of getting worked up over every misstep, embrace the hilarity. Spilled coffee on your shirt right before a meeting. That's a classic sitcom moment. Lost your keys only to find them in the fridge? That's pure slapstick comedy gold. Laugh at the absurdity, because let's face it, life has a fantastic sense of humor. And if you can laugh at yourself, you're already ahead of the game. Rule 45. Don't be owned by your possessions. The art of decluttering. Imagine your possessions as clingy exes that just won't let go. Sure, that collection of "I might need this someday" items seem harmless, but before you know it, you're drowning in a sea of stuff. Think of it like this. Every new gadget, trinket, or piece of clothing is like adopting a new pet. It needs space, attention, and care. And suddenly, your cozy home feels like a zoo. When you declutter, you're not just freeing up physical space. You're liberating your mind too. With fewer things demanding your attention, you can focus on what truly matters. So, ditch the excess baggage and enjoy the sweet freedom of a clutter-free life. Your future self and sanity will thank you. Rule 46. Value depth over noise. Imagine social media as a crowded concert where everyone's shouting for attention. But amidst the ruckus, there's a wise old sage calmly sharing timeless wisdom from the sidelines. The trick? Tune out the noise and lean in to hear the sage. Trending topics can be as fleeting as a viral dance craze, entertaining for a moment, then forgotten. Wisdom, on the other hand, is like a vintage wine. Its value grows with time. So, when you're bombarded with the latest buzz, take a step back. Seek out the voices that offer depth and substance. Focus on what truly lasts and enriches your life. After all, diamonds are formed under pressure and aren't found just lying around in the open. Rule 47. Forgive quickly, but learn from it. Grudges, the emotional equivalent of carrying a boulder up a hill, exhausting and ultimately pointless. Imagine holding on to a grudge like hoarding expired milk in your fridge. It stinks up the place and does more harm to you than anyone else. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is like tossing out that sour milk and freshening up your fridge. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. But remember, while you're quick to forgive, always keep the lesson learned. Think of it as adding a do not buy again note to your shopping list. Forgive, let go, and move on with a lighter heart and a wiser mind. Rule 48. Be patient. Good things take time. Patience, a virtue often tested in the age of instant gratification. Imagine you're a majestic tree in the making, standing tall and proud. Every day you sprinkle yourself with a little water, soak up some sunshine, and wiggle your roots in the soil. It may seem slow, but just wait until those branches stretch high and wide. Sure, it's easy to get impatient, like expecting a toddler to run a marathon. But remember, good things, like trees, fine wine, and your personal growth, take time. Keep nurturing yourself, and one day, you'll look back and marvel at just how far you've come. Rule 49. Be ready to adapt. Nothing stays the same. Change. The only thing that's as predictable as your cat knocking something off the counter. Life loves to keep us on our toes, constantly remixing our playlist just when we've learned all the lyrics. Imagine life as a roller coaster, full of unexpected twists, turns, and loop-de-loops. Sure, you could resist and scream your head off, but that just makes the ride more stressful. Instead, throw your hands in the air, embrace the thrills, and enjoy the journey. Resisting change is like trying to hold back the tide with a teaspoon. It's not going to work, and you'll end up soaked anyway. So, be like water and flow with the current. Adapt, evolve, and who knows, you might discover a new favorite ride along the way. Rule 50. Live with integrity, no matter who's watching. Integrity, the ultimate test of your moral compass, even when your Instagram likes are nowhere to be found. Imagine you're in a situation where no one's around to witness your actions. Do you still do the right thing, or do you take the easy way out? Think of integrity as your invisible superhero cape. It might not earn you 1 million followers, but it's what truly defines your character. Whether you're picking up litter when no one's looking or making an honest decision when it's tough, you're the hero in your own story. Remember, living with integrity means doing the right thing, because it's right, not because it's popular. So, wear that cape with pride and be the superhero the world needs, even if no one's there to applaud. And there you have it, 50 Stoic rules to make life suck a bit less. If you've made it this far, congratulations! You now possess the ancient wisdom to navigate annoying coworkers, your own emotional roller coaster, and the absurdities of this crazy world. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Or don't. After all, in the grand cosmic scheme of things, what's a subscription? But seriously, do it. Your future Stoic self will thank you. Catch you next time on Stoic Path, where the ancient meets the absurd.